Welcome to stage 14 of the 2016 Tour de France. 187 riders made the start of stage 14 in Montélimar. The peloton observed a minute of silence as the riders were reunited for the first time since the Bastille Day tragedy in Nice, the day after the first individual time trial in Ardèche. With the headwind in the Rhone Valley, the organizers started stage 14 15 minutes ahead of the normal planned schedule, and the riders also took a slow start with no attacks until Jeremy Roy of FDJ went clear of the peloton at 28.5 kilometers. Alex Howes of Cannondale, Martin Almiger of I Am Cycling, and Cesare Benedetti of Bora Aragon 18 joined him to form a leading quartet that was allowed a maximum advantage of 4 minutes 45 after 50 kilometers of racing by the teams of sprinters, namely Dimension Data, Lotto Soudal and Ethics Quickstep. Two riders were forced to pull out during the course of stage 14. First, Matthias Frank of I Am Cycling, who was sick with gastroenteritis, and then after that, Mate Brechel of Cannondale, who crashed while making his way back to the peloton from the motor convoy. In the last 50 kilometers, the peloton kept the four-man leading group within sight. Haas was the first of them to give up with 13 kilometers to go. Almiger accelerated with 9 kilometers to go when the deficit of the bunch was down to 30 seconds. Only Roy was able to follow him. They got reeled in at 3.5 to go. Ethics then took command of the peloton with 2 kilometers out, but it was Cavendish that passed Marcel Kittel right on time to claim one more significant victory. As Cavendish said in the interview afterwards, Kittel got out into the brutal headwind way too early and he was fading fast, which allowed Cavendish the chance to get around. Even though Cavendish had to move across Kittel's line, Kittel was already slowing significantly, and Cavendish had to move to the right because of the other sprinters that were to the left of him drifting across the road rightwards. So to summarize, a bunch sprint finish at the Parc des Oiseaux, the bird park, and saw the fourth stage victory of Mark Cavendish at the 103rd edition of the race. This also brings his total tally to 30 since the first victory he took back in 2008. He outsprinted Alexander Kristoff and Peter Sagan to force the European Latin countries to a negative record. For the first time in the history of the Tour de France, no rider from France, Italy, Spain and Portugal has won any of the first 14 stages. Chris Froome remains in the yellow jersey. That brings me to the end of my report on stage 14 of the Tour de France. Stay tuned for my preview of stage 15 coming to you soon. Remember to click like, share, subscribe, post any comments, questions, criticisms that you may have in the comment section down below. And last but by no means least, until we meet again, stay carved up for the win. I'll see you next time. Cheers.